So hi everyone, I am Joramei Alcala from 2B So for this video, I will report the softball rule 5 to 8. So let's start. So rule 5, the game. Section 1, choice or turn at bat. The choice of the of last bat in the inning shall be decided by a toss of a coin, unless otherwise stated in the rules of the organization under which the schedules of game is being played. Section 2. Fitness of ground. The fitness of the ground for a game shall be decided solely by the plate umpire. Section 3. Regulation game. A regulation game shall consist of 7 innings. A full 7 inning need not be played if the team second at bat scores more runs in 6 innings or before the third out in the last of 7 innings. B. A game that is tied at the end of 7 innings shall be continued by playing additional innings, but until one side has scored more runs than the other at the end of complete inning, or until the team second at bat has scored more runs in their half or the inning before the third out is made. C. A game called by the umpire shall be regulation if 5 or more complete inning has been played, or if the team second at bat has scored more runs than the other team has scored in 5 or more innings. The umpire is empowered to call game at any time because of the darkness, rain, fire, panic, or the other causes, which puts the patrons or players in peril. D. A regulation, the game shall be declared if the score is equal when the game is called at the end of the 5 or more complete innings, or if the team second at bat has equaled the score of the first team at bat is the incomplete inning. E. This provision do not apply to any acts of the part of the players or spectators, which might call for forfeiture of the game. The plate umpire may forfeit the game if any team member or spectators attacks any umpire physically. F. The plate umpire shall declare a forfeit in favor of the team not at fault in the following cases. 1. If a team failed to appear on the field or being on the field, refuses to begin a game or which it is scheduled or assigned at the time schedules or within a time set for forfeitures by the organization in which the team is playing. Number 2. If after the game has begun, one side refuses to continue to play unless the game has been suspended or terminated by the umpire. Number 3. If after the umpire has suspended play or side fails to resume playing within 2 minutes after the umpire has called play ball. So 4. If a team employs tactics designed to delay or to hasten the game. 5. If after warning by the umpire, any one of the rules of the game is willfully violated. 6. If the order for the removal or ejection of the player or any person authorized to sit on the team bench is not obeyed within 1 minute. 7. If because of the removal of ejections of the players from the game by the umpire or for many causes there are less than 9 FP only, 10 FP with a DP, 10 SP only, or 11 SP with an EP. Players of either team. 8. If a declared ineligible player re-enters the game and one pitch has been thrown. Number 9. If an ejected player's coach manager is discovered participating in the game again. G. A, a game that is. So 1. Not considered regulation or a regulation tie game shall be replayed from the beginning. Original lineups may be changed when the game is replayed. So let's proceed to section 4, the winning of the game. The winning of the game shall be the team that scores more runs in regulation game. A. The score of the called regulation game shall be the score of the end of the last complete inning, unless the team's second at bat has scored more runs than the first team at bat in the incomplete inning. In this case, the score shall be that on the incomplete inning. B. The score or as regulation tie game shall be the tie score when the game has terminated. A regulation tie game shall be replayed from the beginning. C. The score of the field forfeit game shall be 7-0 in favor of the team not at fault. Section number 5, run ahead roll. A run ahead roll shall be used at all tournaments and championships. Number 1, 15 runs after 3 innings, 10 runs after 4 innings, or 7 runs after innings. 2. 20 runs after 4 innings of 15 runs after 5 innings. B. Complete inning must be played unless the team's second at bat score the required number of runs while at bat. When the team first at bat reaches the required number of the runs in the top half of the inning, the team's second at bat must have the opportunity to bat in the bottom half of the inning. Section 6, tiebreaker. So start with the top of the 8th inning and each half inning thereafter. The offensive team shall begin its turn at bat with the player who is scheduled to bat 9 in FP, 10 in SP, 11 in SB with an EP, or 12 in SCOID SP with EFs. In that respective half inning being placed on second base, the player who is running can be substituted in accordance with substitution rules. Section 7, scoring of runs. A. 1 run shall be scored each time a runner legally touch first, second, third base, and home plate before the third out of the inning. B. A run shall not be scored if the third and or last out of the inning is a result of 1. The batter running being put out before legally touch first base. 2. A runner being forced out included an appeal play due to the batter becoming a runner. So 3. The runner fails to keep contact with the base, to which he is entitled until a pitch release. 4. The runner fails to keep contact with the base of which he is entitled until a pitch is about or reach home plate. 5. A preceding running being declared out. C. Additional out of appeals may be made after the third out to move runs. Section 8. Charge conference. A. Offensive conference. There shall only be one charge. Offensive conference is an inning. B. Defensive conference. This shall only be their charge defense conference in a 7 inning game. For every inning beyond 7, there shall be one charge conference per inning. They confer during the charge offensive reference provided by are ready to play with the offense in ready. B. They shout instructions from the dugout. A manager playing in the game offers them any defensive player. However, an umpire may control meetings between a player, playing manager, and the pitcher by first using a warning and the ejecting the player manager. C. Conference will not be charged if they take place at any time when the umpire has suspended play. They confer during charge offensive conference provided they are ready to play when the offense is ready. They shout instruction from the dugout. A manager player is the game conference with any defensive player. However, the umpire may control meeting between a player, manager, and a pitcher by the first issuing a warning and then ejected the playing manager. Conference will not be changed if they take place at any time when the umpire has suspended play. Rule 6 Pitching Regulations Fast pitch only. So, the effect of for all section 1 to 7 follows the end of the section 7. So, it's section 1 Preliminaries. So, before commencing the delivery pitch, the pitcher must A. May not take the pitching position on or near the pitcher's plate without having the ball in his position. B. Shall not be considered in the pitching position unless the catcher is a position to receive the pitch. C. Must have both feet on the ground within the 61.0 centimeter 24-inch length of the pitcher's plate. The hips shall be in line with first and the third bases, and both feet must be in a contact with the pitcher's plate. D. Must, while standing on the plate and with the ball, is either the glove of the pitching hands take the signal or appear to be taking a signal from the catcher with the hands separated. E. Must, after taking the signal, bring his whole body to the full and complete stop with a ball held in the hand or glove with a both held together in the front of the body. This position must be held for not less than 2 seconds and not more than 5 seconds before releasing the ball. Section 2. Starting the pitch. The pitch start within one hand is a taken of the ball or the pitchers make any motion that is part of his wind up. So section 3. Legal delivery. So the pitchers must not make any motion to pitch without immediately delivering the ball to the batter. The pitchers must not use a pitching motion in which, after having the ball, is both hand is at the pitching position. He removes one hand from the ball, takes backward and a forward swing, and return the ball to both hand is front of the body. The pitchers must not use a wind up in which there is a stop or reversal of the forward motion. D. The pitcher must not make two revolutions of the arms of the windmill pitch. However, he may drop his arm to the side and to the rear before starting the windmill motion. This allows the arm to pass the hip twice. The delivery must be an underhanded motion with hand below the hip and the twist not farther from the body than the elbow. The release of the ball and follow through of the hand and wrist must be forward and past the straight line of the body. Both feet must remain in contact with a pitcher's plate before the start of the pitch. The pivot foot must remain in contact with the pitcher's plate at all times before the forward drag, leap, or hop. In the act of delivering the ball, the pitchers may take one step with a leading, non-pivot foot simultaneous with a release of the ball. The step must be forward toward the batter and within the 61.0 centimeter 24 iron length of the pitcher's plate. The foot must remain in a contact with the pitcher's plate or push off the drag away from the pitcher's plate or be airborne prior and to be stepping non-pivot foot touching the ground. It is legal to drag, leap, or hop and then land and throw as long as the original push starts from the pitcher's plate. It is not legal to step off with the pivot foot and then drag, leap, or hop and throw. As the pitcher's pushes from the pitcher's plate, all movement of the pitching's arm must be continuous. The pitcher shall not be pushed off from a place other than the pitcher's plate prior to separating his hands. The pitchers must not continue to wind up after releasing the ball. The pitchers shall not deliberately drop, roll, or bounce the ball in order to prevent the batter from hitting it. The pitcher has 20 seconds to release the next pitch after receiving the ball or after the umpire indicates play ball. Effect: an additional ball is awarded the batter. So section 4, defending positioning. So the pitcher shall not deliver pitch unless all defensive players except the catcher, who must be in the catcher's box, are positioned in fair territory. A fielder shall not take a position in the batter lines on vision or with deliberate unsportsmanlike intent, act in a manner to distract the batter. Step on or in front of home plate without the ball or touch the batter or bat. Section 5, foreign substance. A. No members of the defense team shall at any time during the game be permitted to use any foreign substance on the ball. A pitcher who link his finger must wipe of his fingers before making contact with the ball. B. Under the supervisions of control of the umpire, power descend by use dry the hands and must be kept on the ground behind the pitcher's plate within the pitching circle when not in use. C. Provide manufactured clothes that are imbibed, embedded with resin only or permitted to dry the hand and must be kept in the back pocket or in the belt. Applying resin to the ball or into the glove and then placing the ball into the glove in an illegal act. E. The pitcher shall not wear tape on his finger or a sweatband, bracelet, or similar type items on the wrist or forearm, the pitching arm. Section 6. The catcher must remain within the catcher's box until the pitch is released. Shall return the ball directly to the pitchers after each pitch, including after a full foul ball. So, Section 7, throwing to a base. The pitcher also, after he has taken the pitching position, shall not throw to be a base during a live ball while his foot is in contact within the pitcher's plate. In the throw from the pitcher's plate occurs during a live ball appeal play, the appeal is cancelled. Section 8, international base on balls. So if the defensive team desires to have an intentionally base on balls awarded to a batter, either the pitchers, catchers, or coach may do so by notify the plate umpire who shall award the batter shall base sting notifications to the umpire shall be considered a pitch the ball as dead. So Section 8, internationally based on balls. So in a defensive team desires to have an intentionally based on balls awarded to a batter, either the pitcher's catcher or coach may be so by flying in plate umpire who shall award the batter first base. His notification to the umpire shall be considered a pitch the ball is dead. Section 9, warm-up pitches. All the beginning of the first inning for both teams or when a pitcher relieves another, not more than 1 minute may be used to deliver not more than 5 pitches to the catchers or another team member. At the start of each half inning after the first inning, the pitchers from the previous inning shall have 1 minute to throw up to the three warm-up pitches. In 1 minute has expired or is about to expire, the umpire shall restrict the pitchers to one warm-up pitch. So let's proceed to section 10. No pitch. No pitch shall be declared when A. The pitcher's pitches during a suspension of play. B. The pitcher's attempts a quick return or the ball. Number 1. Before the batter has taken his position or when the batter is off balance as a result of the previous pitch. A runner is called out for leaving a base prior to the pitcher's releasing the pitch. The pitcher's pitches before a runner has been touched his base after a foul ball has been declared and the ball is dead. A player, manager, or coach 1. Calls time or employs any other word or phrase or commits any act while the ball is alive and play for the obvious purpose of trying to make the pitchers commit an illegal pitch. So section 12, illegal pitcher. So pitchers who has been declared illegal pitchers as a result of the team exceeding the charge conference limit may not be returned to the pitching position at any time for the remainder of the game. Effect of Section 12. If the illegal pitcher has returned and has thrown one pitch, either legal or illegal, he is ejected from the game. He is discovered prior to the new pitch. The manager of the offense team has the options of 1. Taking the result of the play, or 2. Having the play nullified with runners returning the last base held at the time of the play. Rule 6, pitching rule regulation, modified pitch only. So A, may not take the pitching position on or near the pitcher's plate without having the ball in his position. So B, shall not be considered in the pitching position unless the catcher is in position to receive the pitch. C, must have both feet in the ground within the 61.0 cm 24 and length of the pitcher's plate. His shoulders shall be in line within first and third bases, and both feet must be in contact with the pitcher's plate. D. Must while standing on the plate and with the ball in either the gloves or the pitching's hand, that take the signal or appear to be taking a signal from the catcher with a hand separated. A. Must, after taking the signal, bring his whole body to full and complete stop with the ball held in both hands in front of the body. These positions must be held from the not less than 2 seconds and not more than 10 seconds before releasing the ball. Section 2, starting the pitch. So does the pitch start when the one hand is taken off the ball. Section 3, legal delivery. So A, the pitchers must be not make any motion to pitch without immediately delivering the ball to the batter. B. Pitchers must not use a pitching motion in which after having the ball in both hands in the pitching position, he removes one hand from the ball, take a backward and forward swing, and returns the ball to both hands in front of the body. C. The pitchers must not use a wind up in which there is a stop or reversal of the forward motion. Then the pitcher have take the ball behind his back and the back swing. E. The pitchers must not use the windmill or slingshot type pitch or make a complete revolution in the delivery. F. The ball must not be outside the pitcher's wrist on the downward motion and during the complete delivery. J. The delivery must be an underhanded motion with the hand below the hip and the palm has to be pointed for downward. On the forward swing of the pitching's arm, 1. The elbow must be blocked at the point of release, and 2. The shoulder and driving hip must be squared to home plate when the ball release. The release of the ball must on the first forward swing the pitching arm and must be past the hip. The release must have a complete smooth follow through with no updraft a stop of the arm near the hip. J. Both feet must remain in contact with the pitch plate at all times prior to the forward step. In the act of delivering the ball, the pitchers must take a one step simultaneous which is release of the ball. The step must be forward toward the batter and within the 61.06 cm 27-inch length of the pitcher's plate. The stepping foot must be pointed forward, must plate and must not be touch the ground in front or cross over the straight line between the pivot foot and home plate. Pushing off with a pivot foot from the place other than the pitcher's plate before the his stepping foot has left the plate is considered a crow hop and is illegal. The pitchers must not continue to wind up after releasing the ball. The pitcher shall not deliberately drop, roll, or bounce the ball in order to prevent the batter from hitting it. The pitcher has 20 seconds to release the next pitch after receiving the ball or after the umpire indicates play ball. So section 4, defending position. The pitcher shall not deliver a pitch unless all defensive players, except the catchers who must be in the catcher's bag, are positioned in fair territory. A fielder shall not take position in the batter line or vision or with deliberate unsportsmanlike intent act in a manner to distract the batter. With a runner on a third base trying to score by means of a squeeze play or steal, no defensive player may step on or in front or home plate without the ball or touch the batter or bat. Section 5, foreign substance. So no members of the defensive team shall at any time during the game be permitted to use any foreign substance on the ball. A pitcher who links his finger must wipe off his finger before making contact with the ball. So under the supervisions and control of the umpire, powers resin may be used to dry the hands and must be kept on the ground behind the pitcher's plate within pitching circle with not in use. So approved manufactured clothes that dream resin only are permitted to dry the hands and must be kept in the back pocket or in the belt. Applying resin to the ball or into the glove and then placing the ball in the glove in as illegal act. Section 6, the catcher, so must remain within the catcher's box until the pitch release shall return the ball directly to the pitchers after each pitch, including after foul ball, not note, and additional ball is awarded the batter. So section 7, throwing to base. The pitcher after he has taken the pitching position shall not throw to base during a live ball while his foot is contact with the pitcher's plate. If the throw from the pitcher plate occurs during the live ball appeal play, the appeal is cancelled. Section 8, intentional base on ball. So if the defensive team desired to have an intentional base on ball awarded to the batter, either the pitchers, catchers, or coach may do so by modifying the plate umpire who shall award the batter first base. His modification to the umpire shall be considered a pitch. The ball is dead. Section 9, warm up pitches. So, at the beginning of the first inning for both teams or when a pitcher leaves another, not more than the 1 minute may be used to deliver not more than 5 pins to the catchers of other team members of the stars of each half inning. After the first inning, the pitchers from the previous inning shall have 1 minute to throw up of the 3 arms warm up pitch. Chess, it 1 minute as expired or is about to umpire expire, the umpire shall restrict the pitchers to one warm up pitch. Section 10, no pitch. No pitch shall be declared when the pitches during the suspensions or play. The pitchers attempt a quick return of the ball before the batter has been in his position or when the batter is one balance as a result of previous pitch. A runner is called out for leaving a base prior to the pitchers releasing the pitch. The pitcher pitches before the runner has retouch his base after a foul ball has been declared and the ball is dead. Section 11, drop ball. So in the ball slips from the pitcher's hand during his delivery. One a ball is declared one the batter and the ball is will remain in play and the runner may advance at their own risk. Section 12, illegal pitchers. A pitcher who has been declared an illegal pitcher as a result of the team exceeding the charge conference limit may not return to the pitching position at any time for the remainder of the game. Rule 6, pitching regulation, slow pitch only. So, before convincing delivering pitch, the pitcher shall not be considered in a pitching position unless the catcher in, is in position receiving the pitch. Must taking position with both feet firmly on the ground and which one or both feet is contact with the pitcher's plate. Must come to a full and complete stop with the ball head held in one of the both hands in front of the body. The front of the body must face the batter. His position must be held for not less than 1 second and not more than the second before trying the delivery. Section 2, starting the pitch. The pitch start when the pitchers make any motion that is part of his wind up after the required stop. Prior to the required stop, any motion may be used. Section 3, legal delivery. The pitchers must make any motion to pitch without immediately delivering the ball to the batter. The wind-up must be continuous motion. The pitchers must be used in wind-up in which there is a stop of reversal of the forward motion. The pitchers must deliver the ball toward from plate on the place forward swing of the pitching arm past the hip within underhanded motion. The pivot foot must remain in contact with the pitcher's plate until the pitch ball leave the hand. Is a step is taken, it can be forward, backward of the side provided the pivot foot is in contact with the pitcher's plate and the step is simultaneous with the release of the ball if the pitcher shall not be pitch the ball. One hind his back or two through legs or three from the gloves. The pitch shall be released at the moderate speed. The ball must be delivered with a perceptible arc or less 1.83 meters or 6 feet and not more than 3.65 meters or 12 feet from the ground. The pitchers may not continue to wind up after the release the ball. The pitcher has 10 seconds to release the next pitch after receiving the ball or after the umpire indicates play ball. 4. So, defensive positioning. So, the pitcher shall not deliver from unless all designated players except the catchers who must be in the catcher box are positioned in fair territory. Section 5, foreign substance. No matters of the defense team shall at any team during the game be permitted to use any foreign substance on the ball under the supervision and control of the umpire. Powered reason by be used to dry and hand must be kept on the ground behind the pitcher's plate. Approved manufactured clothes that are with reason only are permitted to dry and hand and must be kept in the back pocket or in the belt. The pitcher may not use any foreign substance of the pitching hand or finger. The pitcher shall not wear gloves on the pitching hand. Section 6. The catcher must remain within catcher's box until the pitch ball is but touch the ground plate or batter or reaches in the catcher box. Section 7. Quick pitch. The pitcher shall not be attempt a quick return of the ball before the batter has taken his position or when the batter is all balance as a result of pitch. Section 8. Intentional base on ball. If the defensive team desire to have an intentional base on the ball awarded to the batter, either the pitcher, catcher, or coach may do so by modifying the plate umpire who shall awarded the batter first base. Section 9. Warm up pitches. So, at the beginning in the each half inning for when a pitcher relieve another, not more than 1 minute may be used to deliver not more than three pitches to the catcher or other team member. Section 10. No pitch. No pitch shall be declared when the pitchers during the suspension or play, a runner is called out the leaving his base before the pitcher's ball released from plate is battled for or touch the ground before home plate. The pitcher's pitches before a runner has touched his base after a foul ball has been declared and the ball is dead. The ball slips from the pitcher's hand during his wind up or during the backswing. Player manager or courts call me time or player anytime word or place or commit any act while the ball is alive and in play for the abuse purpose of trying to make the pitchers commit illegal pitch. Section 11. Illegal pitcher. A pitcher who has been declared an illegal pitcher is a result of the team exceeding the charged defense conference limit or pitching when excessive speed may not return to the pitcher's position at any time or remainder of the game. So Rule 7. Batting. Section 1. The on-deck batter. The on-deck batters at the start of inning is the lead-off batter, who must remain in his on-deck circle until called to the batter box. Once of an inning has started, is an offensive playing who is the batting lineup is the next player to enter the batter box may take a position within either on deck circle so he is behind the batter and not on batter open side. May loosen up the no more than two official softball bat at approved warm up bat or a combination not to exceed two. Section 2. Batting order. The batting order is each team must be on the score sheet, lineup card, and must be delivered before the game by the manager or captain to the official scorer and the plate umpire. He shall submit it the inspections of the manager or captain of the opposing team. So, a substitute when the occurs, the substitute has may take the place of the removed player in the batter order. The first batter is in inning shall be the batter who name followed that one of the last player who complete a third of bat in the preceding inning. Section 3. Batting position. And the batter must take his position in the batter's box within 10 seconds after the umpire has declared play ball. An offensive team members may not under any circumstance deliberately erase the line of the batter box at any time during the game. This is include a coach erasing the line during the pre-game meeting. The batter must have both feet completely within the batter box prior to the start of the pitch. He may touch the lines, but no part his foot may be outside line prior to pitch. Section 4. Strike is called by the umpire. So, when any part of the illegal pitch ball enters the strike zone before touching the ground and the twitch of the batter does not swing. For each illegal pitch ball entering the strike zone before touching the ground and which he batter does not swing. Exception: it is not a strike is a pitch ball touch home plate and is not swung at. For the each legally pitched ball struck at the miss by the batter. For each pitch ball, including an illegal pitch struck at the miss by the batter. For each foul tips. For the each foul ball when the batter has less than two strikes. For each pitches ball struck at the miss which touches in any part of the batter. So, when any part of the batter's person or clothing is hit within own batter ball within is he is in the batter box and he has less than two strikes. When the pitch ball hits the batter while the ball is in strike zone. When the batter failed to enter the batter box within 10 seconds after the umpire calls play. 10 ball. When is an offensive team members deliberately erase the line of the batter box. When the batter step out the batter box, when the both feet is a violation of Rule 7, Section 3D. Section 5, balls in called by the umpire. So for each legally pitched ball that does not enter the strike zone or touches the ground before reaching more plate and is not swung at, touches home plate and the switch which the batter does not swing. For the each legal pitch ball that I dust one does not enter the strike zone, touch the ground before reaching home plate, touch home plate and at which the batter does not swing. The batter swing at after the ball hits the ground or home plate. So, for each legally pitched ball, which the batter does not hit or when the manager elect not to take the rules or the play after the ball has been for sale illegally pitched ball not swung at effect. Section D 5D, the ball is dead, running may not be advanced. When the delivered ball is the pitcher hits the ball outside of the strike zone. When the catcher failed to return the ball directly to the pitchers as required. When the pitchers failed to pitch the ball within 20 seconds, FP or MP or 10 seconds is SP. Section 6, the batter is out. When the third strike is swung at the miss at the ball touch any part of the batter's person, not swung and the pitch ball hits the batter's while the pitch is the strike zone. When the batter enters the batter's box with or is discovered using an altered bat, see when the batter enters the batter's box with or discovered using the illegal bat. When his foot is completely outside the lines of the batter's box and touching the ground, or any part of the foot is touching home plate when he hits the ball fair or foul. When he leaves the box to again a running start but has returned to the box when he makes contact with the ball. When he bent foul after the second strike. When a third strike is called, including an in catch foul ball is that is hit after two strikes. When he bunts or chop the ball downward. When the hits a fair ball with a bat second time over the fair territory, when step direct in front of the catchers to the other batter's box while the pitchers is taking the signal or appears to be taking a signal from the pitcher's plate or is a position to pitch or anything thereafter prior to the release of the pitch. When he hindered the catchers from catching or throwing the ball by stepping out of the batter's box or intentionally hiding the catchers while standing within the batter box or inter, interfer, inter, interferences with a at home plate. Internationally interference whereas with a thrown ball while on out or of the batter. Rule 8 batter running and runner. For section 1, the batters become a batter runner when illegally hits a fair of the foul ball. When the catchers fail to catch on third strike before the ball touches the ground and there are released, then two outs and a fair base and an unoccupied or two there are two outs. There is known as the third strike rule. Within defensive teams, if elect to intentionally walk a batter and either the pitcher's catch on head coach, notifying the plate's umpire. So, section 2, batter running is out. So, when the catcher drops the third strike and the batter's running legally touch with the ball well or of base of thrown up prior of the reaching first base. When after hitting fair ball, he is tagged with one base of thrown out prior to reaching first base. When he failed to advance a first base and instead insert his team area after a fair ball is hit or after the base on balls issued or anything that he made legally advance the first base when the infield play is declared. When after the hits where ball touches only the fair portion of the ball base of his first attempt at the base of the play is made in the base. When he runs outside the 1 meter 3 feet line and in the umpire's judgment enters with the thrown ball preventing the fielder from making a play at first base. When the international interest play at home plate to prevent the previous out of the play. Note the runner is also out when step back toward the home plate to avoid or delay tag by the fielder. If when using the double base in a forced play situation, he touches only the fair portion of the base and collides with a fielder who is about to catch a thrown ball and who is also using the fair portion of the base. When members of the team at bat who is not a batter running runner, or on deck batter, interference with a fielder attempting to catch a flying ball over the foul territory or with the bat fly ball over foul territory that a fielder is attempting to catch. Section 3, the batter running is not out when is failed make a play on batter running while using the illegal glove. Touching base in legal order. Section 4, runners must be touched bases in legal order, first, second, third, and home plate. When the running is returning to the base is before a catch fly base in first touch or the missed base while the ball is in play. He must touch the base in reverse order. When a runner or batter runner acquires the right to a base by touching in before being put out, he is entitled to hold the base until the has legally touched the next base in order or is forced to vacate it more as succeeding running. So, when the running is dislodged or a base from its proper position, either he nor succeeding runners in the same series of the players are compelled to follow a base unreasonably out of position. Two runners may not occupy the same base simultaneously. A failure of preceding runner to touch a base or to leave base legally on a catch fly ball and who is declared out does not affect the status of the succeeding running who touch base in proper order. No runner may return to touch a missed base on one field illegal after a following running has been scored or he leave the field or play. Awarded base must be touched in legal order. 5. Section 5 runners are entitled to to advance with a liability to be put out. In the ball leaves the pitcher's hand on his delivery. When the pitcher's ball is bat in the thrown ball or field ball, fair ball, bat ball that is not blocked. In the thrown ball, no hits on umpire. When a legally catch flying ball is first touched. When a fire batch ball strike an umpire or a running after having passed infielder other than the pitchers and provided no others feel than chance to make an out or has been touched by feeders including the pitchers when the live ball becomes lodged in the defensive players and fair and form our equipment. Section 6 running for feet is exception from liability to be put out. If at any time he fails to touch a base, he is entitled to become attempting to make the next base. If an illegally pitch not hit, he attempt to advance beyond the one base to which he is illegally entitled. When the advancing beyond the entitled because due to a feeders intentionally contacting the thrown but ball with a detached equipment, a fielders internationally contacting the fair bat ball with a detached equipment. When advancing behind the protected or awarded base in he was being obstructed. When advancing behind the base to which he is forced because of base one balls being issued to the batter. Running are battled to advance without liability to put out a second force violate a base because the batter has awarded a base on ball. So there is a the fielder is not profession of the ball or not the act of the fielder or a bat ball or making the fake tag without the ball in positions of the ball and he push a runner of a base in an attempt to gain out an out or in a position of the ball but not the act of making a play on the runner which intentionally impels the progress of what runner or batter runner who is legally running the bases. So next, section 9 running out. So when the while running to be any regulation or reverse order, the runner more than 0.91 meter 3 feet from base of path to avoid being touched by the legal in the hands of the fielder. When the ball is in play and he is not in the contact with the base, he is illegally touched with the ball in the hands or a fielder. When a force play a fielder while holding the ball contact the base and which the running is forced to advance. Section 10, the running is not out when he runs behind or in front of the fielder and the outside of the base path in order to avoid interfering with a fielder attempting the field bat ball in the base path. When more than one fielder attempt to field a bat ball and the runner comes in contact with the one who, in the umpire's judgment, is not entitled to field the ball. And when he hold his base until a fly ball touch the fielder and then attempt to advance. Yan na siya. When he is hit by a fair attached battle but ball while in contact with his base, unless intentionally interferes with the ball of the fielder making a play. When he slide into the base, this lodge is a proper position of the base is considered to have followed the runner. When the fielder makes play on the runner while using the illegal gloves, a coach unintentionally interferes with a thrown ball or a battle fair ball while in the coach's backs. That's all. Thank you for listening and watching. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.